We all know about the pyramids of Egypt, but what if I told you that pyramids, just as ancient, just as mysterious, are hidden deep within the Amazon rainforest? For centuries, these massive structures have remained undiscovered, swallowed by dense vegetation concealed by the passage of time, until now. Recent breakthroughs in LiDAR scanning technology have pulled back the jungle's green curtain, revealing something extraordinary. Massive, pyramid-like structures, towering above what appear to be entire lost cities hidden beneath the rainforest canopy. These were not small villages or isolated settlements. They were vast urban networks connected by advanced roadways and canals. For decades, historians and archaeologists believed the Amazon was an untouched wilderness, too harsh for large-scale civilization to thrive. But the evidence tells a different story. A forgotten world existed here, and it may have been far more advanced than we ever imagined. Who built these pyramids? What happened to them? And why has history almost completely erased them from our memory? Today, we unravel a mystery that could rewrite the history of the Americas, the lost pyramids of the Amazon. For years, the very idea of large-scale civilizations in the Amazon was dismissed as pure fantasy. Many experts believed the rainforest was simply too inhospitable, its poor soil and extreme conditions making it impossible for anything other than small, nomadic tribes to survive. But this assumption was completely wrong. Then, in 2022, researchers using LiDAR scanning technology, a revolutionary method of mapping terrain using laser pulses, made a shocking discovery. Beneath the thick jungle canopy hidden from view for centuries, they found enormous pyramid-like structures, forming the centers of ancient, sophisticated cities. These structures, some standing over 80 feet tall, were part of a vast urban landscape that spanned hundreds of miles. The findings proved what some researchers had suspected for years. The Amazon was once home to millions of people, living in well-organized, thriving civilizations. But how did they build such monumental structures? And why have they remained hidden for so long? To answer that, we need to take a closer look at the mysterious civilization behind them. For a long time, historians believed that civilizations in the Americas were limited to the great empires of the Maya, Aztec, and Inca, but recent discoveries challenge this idea. The pyramids of the Amazon are believed to have been built by an ancient society known as the Kasarabe culture, which flourished between 500 and 1400 AD. Unlike the stone pyramids of the Maya or Egyptians, these Amazonian pyramids were constructed primarily with compacted earth and clay, a method well suited to the environment. But don't be fooled, these were not crude mounds of dirt. The structures were carefully engineered, with intricate staircases, platforms, and even water management systems that allowed their builders to thrive in one of the world's most extreme environments. Some researchers believe these civilizations had a deep understanding of astronomy and agriculture, aligning their structures with celestial events and using advanced soil enhancement techniques to create the incredibly fertile Terra, a type of man-made soil that remains rich and productive even after centuries. This suggests that the people of the Amazon weren't just surviving, they were thriving. But if these civilizations were so advanced, why don't we read about them in history books? The answer is both tragic and deeply unsettling. The sudden disappearance of these civilizations isn't just a historical mystery, it's a tragedy. When European explorers arrived in the Amazon in the 16th century, they encountered large, prosperous communities, filled with vast networks of roads, cultivated fields, and monumental structures. But when later expeditions returned to these same areas just a few decades later, they found nothing but abandoned settlements, overtaken by the jungle. So what happened? The answer is disease. The arrival of Europeans introduced smallpox, measles, and influenza, diseases for which the indigenous populations had no immunity. It's estimated that up to 90% of the Amazon's population was wiped out within a matter of decades. Entire cities fell silent. Without people to maintain them, roads disappeared, buildings crumbled, and over time, the jungle reclaimed what was once a thriving civilization. For centuries, the few remaining indigenous tribes who survived kept the stories of their ancestors alive, but without physical evidence, their tales were dismissed as legend, until now. Thanks to modern technology, we are now rediscovering what was lost. Scientists have mapped dozens of massive lost cities in the Amazon, and many believe we've only scratched the surface. Some estimate that over 10 million people may have once lived here, making the Amazon one of the most densely populated regions of the ancient world. Even more exciting, the discovery of advanced farming techniques, such as Terra, suggests that these civilizations may have had sustainable traditional agricultural practices far ahead of their time. Some scientists even believe that studying their techniques could help us fight modern issues like climate change and deforestation. Every new discovery pushes the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Could there be even larger pyramids still hidden beneath the jungle? Are there ancient texts or carvings waiting to be found that could tell us more about this lost world? The answers are out there, buried under centuries of rainforest waiting to be uncovered. If these discoveries continue, they could completely rewrite the history of the Americas. What if the Amazon wasn't just a vast, untamed wilderness, but actually a carefully managed landscape, a home to an advanced, thriving civilization that was far more sophisticated than we ever imagined? The implications are staggering. What else have we overlooked? How many more lost cities, hidden pyramids, and forgotten cultures are waiting to be rediscovered? As we continue to uncover the secrets of the Amazon, one thing is certain: history is far more complex and far more fascinating than we ever thought possible. And the best part? We're just getting started. So what do you think? Could the Amazon have been home to an ancient superpower that time forgot? Do these pyramids prove that history needs to be rewritten? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love uncovering lost civilizations and forgotten history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Time and Terra.